Welcome back to the back office, everybody, with Dave and Jeff. Today is a very special episode because we have a very special guest hailing from Birmingham, Alabama, third-round pick in the 2019 draft for your Jacksonville Jaguars, Quincy Williams. Welcome,
What's
Quincy.
Good? What's good, man? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming, man. You've had some off season to hang out. How's that been? You've travel anywhere, or how you doing?
Off season been great, man. Because during the season we couldn't travel anywhere, so it's more like one of those after the last games, like freedom. So like, I was booking my flight coming from off the flight from the last game. So as soon as I touched down, I just bust that right straight to the airport and flew out.
Heard that, man. Yeah, the NFL season, I imagine, is a grind. So probably some much needed time to chill and start thinking about the next year.
Yeah, got a chance to give my body a break. Did some traveling, hung out with the fam, and helped my brother move and stuff like that.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, so it's February now. What kind of training programs you got going on right now?
So now it's just getting back into the swing of things. January, I took the whole month of January off to give my body a break. So me and my brother played for the Jets. So he's in Atlanta, located in Atlanta. So I went to Atlanta, did a few training sessions with him, just try to get some, just there get that chemistry and stuff like that. And then now I'm back in Fort Lauderdale, doing some training at XPE and really just getting my body back maintained. I had sports hernia injury at the beginning of the last season. So now I'm just kind of rehabbing, just getting back into the swing of thing with like light sprint and stuff like that, light weightlifting. Just maintaining the body before I actually start pushing and grinding at the end of February.
Yeah, heard that. You have any particular goals like for your body this off season?
I want to kind of get my body fat up. It was very low. That's the reason why I had a lot of injuries and stuff. My body fat was kind of low. But like most people think like body fat, you keep it down, it's a good thing. But just taking all those pounds from bigger linemen and stuff. So you just got to get your body fat up. And then another thing is just really keeping my foot speed.
Got you.
Well, awesome. Speaking of the upcoming season, how are you feeling about the new coaching staff? Obviously, there's been a ton of news over the last, couple of weeks. We got Urban Meyer coming in, and then specifically on the defensive side of the ball, you got Joe Cullen and Zach Orr.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
A lot of the coaches reached out to me, which is a wonderful thing. Starting off on a great path. But I'm very excited for the new beginning that's going to happen at the Jaguars. Everyone knew last year we had like a rocky season, but I guess you could say you have to rebuild to get to where you want to go. The coaches last year were great too. Not saying that, but the new coaching staff we have in right now, I love them like already just because of the background they have and stuff like that.
That's awesome to hear. What's the buzz around the locker room with your teammates? I mean, how are other people feeling?
I mean, off season we really don't talk about football for real, more like vacation and time. But of course, they're talking about changing defensive personnel, going to a newer defense. Very excited about Urban Meyer being in. So we're just very, like I said, we're just all on the same page about whatever happened in the past year stays in the past year. Like this is a new beginning, new coaching style. So you basically stepping on the field on a clean slate, and everyone that I've talked to on the team is just working because you don't know any faces right now. So everybody who's just working real hard, and when you come back, it's like everyone's ready to battle for a position. And we got a lot to prove from last year.
For sure. Yeah, onwards and upwards. I love it.
Hey, Quincy, you touched a little bit on the defensive scheme. Some people speculate with the coaching changes that we might see some more 3-4 concepts. How does that make you feel?
Me being a small linebacker in the defense I came from in college, it's really good for me because I play an outside linebacker, so it's more like a sideline to sideline type defense.
Yeah, man.
So I'm very, very excited about it.
That's good, man. Yeah, in the 3-4, of course, every defense is kind of a hybrid scheme, but it's probably good you're putting on a little bit of weight because you might have to do some thumping this year from the interior or, outside as well.
Right.
Yeah, so, a question everybody has, the locker room, especially the Jags locker room, you guys are known for having some characters in there. Who's the funniest dude in there? You know, everyone's got a different answer, but I want to hear it from you.
So, funniest dude, we're gonna go from like level. Miles Davis at the top.
Okay.
Miles Davis at the top. He's like the king of the clowns and all that kind of stuff. Always has jokes, different outfits, all that kind of stuff. Like, but he's a great person, and he's never gonna, no matter what's going on, he's never gonna change his personality. And that's what I like about him. Because when I came in, he was like my mentor, the person I looked up to. Also, Marcel Darius also. So like Marcel did, because we from the same city.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff. So just him and Marcel kind of took me up under their wing and stuff like that. But I would say the most goofiest and funniest is Miles Jack.
Yeah, man, I've heard the same thing about Sel. It's sad to see him not on the team anymore. We miss that guy, but
yeah, he's the man. Quincy, so all of us get to look on from the outside, but nobody really gets to see the business side of the NFL that well. What's your experience been like, working with Young Money and Nicole Lynn and kind of managing the business side of your life?
The biggest thing, so NFL players have a lot, and they play with actually football, learning playbooks, all that kind of stuff. And your agency takes off the load, that off the field load, so far as like houses, traveling, family, insurance, all that kind of stuff. Money wise, I have a wonderful financial aid. Marquay Ball. I just have a great team behind me. So I won't have to worry about anything off the field, and I'll worry about everything on the field. Like, I have no stress about it, anything like that. So Young Money was a wonderful agency, wonderful transition that I made. I encourage everyone to, at some point, get an agency just so you can have another set of eyes looking on all your things. Because you read the contract and stuff like that, but it's also like the language in the contract that you might not know about, that your agent.
Sure.
Many contracts have a lot of people up under them, and yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, some other guys on the team, Dede, Adam Gotsis, Will Rich, you guys are all at Young Money. Have you guys had a chance to like do any Young Money events? And of course, have you had a chance to meet Weezy?
Yeah, I had a few chances to meet him actually last year with it might have been a bash or some big festival. We met backstage passes, all that kind of stuff. But they take care of us. So like, as far as like whether we're traveling, cars, anything like that, Young Money take care of us for real. And we got a couple of young guys. So like, we got a couple of young guys in the league right now. I mean, not in the league, but going to the league. They're entering the league. They're down here going through the draft process. So Nicole then linked me with them, just let me know like, hey, we got some young guys down there who signed with Young Money. Just let them know. So it's like a big family. I took them up under my wing. Actually took them out with me last night. Just showed them the ropes. It's just like an early like, they ask any questions you have, all that kind of stuff. You're gonna have fun, answer your questions. Just don't do too much talking, because it's my leisure time.
Well, Quincy, what was that night like when you got drafted? Like, you get the phone call. Like, what was it like talking to Dave Caldwell? What did he say? How'd that go?
So the draft was very special to me because my younger brother was also in the draft. So
yeah,
just to go through the experience with me and my brother. So you have that person who, you really like, I don't really have nobody who understand how I'm going through it or what I'm going through and stuff, but I had someone, because he was going through the same thing I was going through. We were both training together. We were both doing the combine, all that kind of, well, I didn't get anybody to a combine, but we were both going through the same process, basically.
Yeah.
So, of course, night one, I went to support my brother, and it was all about my brother. I didn't want to hear anything about when I was getting drafted, where I was getting drafted. I was letting my agent know, like, hey, this Quintus day, we know for a fact he's going first round. So, like, this day is dedicated to my brother. Like, I'm here to support my brother. Like, I don't want to take any interviews, anything like that. Like, all my interviews I took, I was like, I'm here for my brother. I'm here to support my brother. Dot of this, dot of that, because, like, we're very close together. So, third pick, his name's called. I'm very happy about it. I got to say, I was honored to say a few words after he got drafted for him or whatever, just because we're just on that level and we went through it together. So that was amazing. And then the next day, so now after he got drafted, it's more like, all right, Quincy, this is what's going on. These are all the people who's calling. These are what you're projected as. And I came from a small school, so I was projected going free agent. Everybody was thinking free agency. Some was thinking late 4th, 5th round, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so the way it happened draft night is I got a call from the Falcons first, and it was like, "Hey, we're gonna take you, daughter this," and I was like, this was overwhelming. Like, I finally got the call, and of course, there's doubt in your back of your head because you're like, these numbers popping up. So I stopped watching it for a while. I took a little break. Went outside, I had a draft party, all that kind of stuff. I took a little break, prayed or whatever, just like, if this is what, and just ask God, like, if this is what you want me to do, like, just give me a sign or something like that. So my grandma was the one who came out and told me, she was like, you just popped up on the TV, you just popped up on the TV. So I'm like, dang, where my phone? So like, I looked at my phone, I had a lot of missed calls, and I was like, dang, I think I just missed the call. No more being worried about the call. So I got the call back, and then they was like, the Falcons wanted to take you as the pick, but we got you. And then out of this, and then it was just a overwhelming, like, it was just like wow, like, I'm really supposed to be in the league. So after that, man, I think like the next day it was more like, all right, change your mindset now. And then my brother was the first person who called me. Like right after it happened, my brother was the first person who called me. And he just congratulated me while he's at the Jets going through what he's going through. And he was like, he told the coach, he was like, hold on, I got to get out of the meeting because I got to watch my brother get drafted out of this. Because I was like, dang, man, like we in here together. So it was a wonderful, like, I just can't explain. It's like no other feeling because all your hard work, everything you did in the past, like everything's leading up to that one night.
Yeah.
And not even to talk about the first game. So like, it was just overwhelming.
Yeah, it's got to be a great feeling because some guys go into draft day, over projected, and then you might start to slide. But in your case, you were a hot commodity. Like, the Falcons had great things to say to you. They were really bummed that they missed out on you. That Jacksonville, came up and got you. So that had to have been a great experience as opposed to some other guys who draft day is a little bit disappointing. So that's awesome, man. Yeah, scouts were all over you that day. So that's terrific.
Super special. You got to do it with your brother too. That's so unique.
Yeah. So because I didn't get a combine invite, I think I ended up going on like 20-something visits. Just so people can get like measurements, all that kind of stuff from my draft. I mean, from my combine number, not my combine, but my pro day numbers.
Yeah, I mean, when you run a 4.5, man, ears perk up. Hey, speaking of that first game against the Chiefs, so the Jaguars draft you, immediate replacement for Telvin Smith. You're going against one of the most prolific offenses in the NFL. I mean, that had to have been a crazy day for you, jumping from Murray State, straight to starting at will linebacker. Take us through that day.
Man, so it's actually even crazier than most people think. So like, I was on the outside looking in. Let me tell you how I went on the inside.
All right.
So I come in, there was like, yeah, you're gonna be a special teams player, just watch Telvin and Miles, just learn the ropes. Cause I got drafted, I played safety in college, outside linebacker basically. And I came in, there was like, you're gonna play wheelbacker. And I was like, all right, babe, so I need to learn the box. Like, I don't know anything about the box. This is my first time playing linebacker, first day out, boom. So the second day in camp, actually rookie mini camp, coach pulled me to the side. He was like, Telvin's out. You're the new starter. Meet me in the morning. And I was like, huh? And he was like, you got to be ready for game one. And I was just like, huh?
Who are we playing?
And then I haven't even looked at the schedule though. That's the crazy part. And I was like, and he was like, oh, it's easy, you got it. And Miles, like, he was like, every day, hey, come to the house, I'll teach you everything. So I'm like, all right, bet, I got this. You feel me? I got this. So I started taking one practice reps and stuff like that. So I'm going through the motion. The game is a lot faster. You see everything faster. Like the transition between a small school to you going against top 5, top players at all positions, older guys, no matter what age, all that kind of stuff. So it was kind of crazy. So then, boom, training camp. I hit a point in training camp where I had a tear in my meniscus. So like this time I'm thinking like, oh man, it's over. I done blew my chance. I did too much working out. I was training my body and stuff, but I overdid it, and I tore I had a tear in my meniscus. So now I'm thinking like, oh, I'm going to get cut. Like, it's over with. Like, they brought me in. I had my starting position, and I just blew it. And I was, like, down on myself. And all of a sudden, the next day, I got the MRI. Boom, we already know what's going on. He was like, go have surgery. You're going to come back. So I'm like, dang, I lost my starting position. So after the surgery, 2 weeks after the surgery, we started game film. He was like, you still started for day one. And I was like, huh? Like, I can't even practice. Like, I can't practice. So we was doing so much film work, all that kind of stuff, different nights, hours, film work. So mentally, he was like, physically, you good. Like, physically, you're fast, run to the ball, sprint to the ball, So he was like, you just need to know what to do. So I'm like, bet. So it come down to, I still haven't practiced. 2 days before the game,
Wow.
I practiced Thursday, I practiced Friday. Saturday, we had a walkthrough. Thursday and Friday was my only practices or running physically since I injured myself.
Wow, that's
So I only
crazy.
had 2 days to physically prepare for this game. So boom, I'm nervous as I don't know what Patrick Mahomes out of this and like Tyreek Hill. All right, bet, boom. So go through play one. Call my name, I run out, I look at everybody, and I'm like, wow, this is actually going on. So I still haven't realized that I'm in the NFL yet. Still haven't realized in the NFL. So boom, first play, defense out first, boom. Me, like, I'm going out. So step out on the field, and it's a whole different vibe from the field. In the field, you just feel like you can hear the noise, like you can feel the noise on your helmet, it's like shaking. So you like, all right, here we go. First play, inside zone. I smack him in the backfield. Tackle for loss. My first NFL tackle is a tackle for loss. And I'm like, all right, Q, you can do this. Boom. Second play. We go into a cover three. I got the hook, and Patrick Mahomes calls me out. He was like, Mike 56, because I'm in the middle of the defense. So I'm like, all right, that's me. That's my number. He called me for a reason. So boom, I look to my right, and Tyreek Hill is in the slot. Thinking if Tyreek Hill run the seam route, I gotta check him. So this is the moment where I enter. I'm in the league now. Coach say, back up, you got Tyreek. And I was like, I'm in the league now. So just so happened he come across the middle, he catch across the middle, and he injured his collarbone on the sideline. And I'm like, all right, that's one out. I'm good. Like, let's get it. So
Wow.
man, it was an amazing moment.
That's wild, man. Yeah. Talk about getting thrown to the wolves day one.
For real, day one. It was so nonchalant. He was like, hey, you starting game one. And I was like, huh?
Hey, speaking of day ones, across the NFL, it's popular day one of training camp to roll up in the best whip you got. I know you're a car guy. I know Nicole Lynn gives you all a hard time about buying supercars. So yeah, tell me, day one of training camp, man. What are you rolling up in?
Man, I actually haven't thought about it for real because I actually made
you got options.
I made a deal with my financial advisor that I wouldn't buy any more car, but I know what I'm gonna buy. Second contract, I'm gonna buy a McLaren. My dream car. All right, so I got my financially stable dream car, and it's a Z06 Corvette. And my favorite one, the yellow one. I had to bring it back. I call them Steam. So boom. But my dream car is a 1969 Camaro.
All right, man.
Love that.
You get that. Look at you.
I like that one, or I like the Nova.
All right.
Yeah.
So more like a classic. So I don't know though. I like my Jeep right now. I got a Rubicon. I got it lifted, suited and booted. 26-inch rims, 37-inch tires. So I don't know though. But I think I might pull out something new though. I haven't really decided yet on that, honestly.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a lot of hype about training camp this year. I feel like, with COVID slowing down a little bit, might have a bigger training camp. So, yeah, think carefully on that one. You got a few months to show
out. Quincy, so let's say you're the GM for the day. Are there any college players or free agents right now that you just love to see on the Jags?
To be honest, I haven't really even locked into that part right there. Of course, Minshew's my guy, all that kind of stuff, and there's a lot of talk about taking Trevor Lawrence or one of them. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't play offense at all. So whatever happens on that side of what happened on that side of the ball, I'll be under I just know that the coaching staff we have right now are going to pick the best picks, and I'm going to trust in those picks, honestly. So that's why I'm at the point as when you ask me who my pick be, you know what, I trust my coaches. So, but whatever teammates in that locker room, I'm gonna make sure they had the best time, they're comfortable, because I know how I was when I first got in. So yeah,
for sure.
Well, if you could do us a solid and have Quinnen put in a word with Leonard Williams for us, that would be helpful. I mean, I hate to take that away from Quinnen, but it'd make your job a little easier too. Well, hey man, we're so excited for you. We've been excited for you since the Jags drafted you, man. You're a superb talent. Really looking forward to the season, man. We both think that you're going to thrive this year, and really appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule to join us, man. It was super fun.
Yeah, Quincy, thanks so much, man. And we had a blast with you. Is there anybody that you think we should interview next?
Oh, DJ Shark is entertaining. LaViscus too.
Okay.
That'd be funny. Funny.
Those guys have been wilding on doing their TikToks and stuff with Terry Godwin.
Yeah.
You got to get in on that.
Yeah, we actually playing Call of Duty tonight. We had like a little Call of Duty tournament and stuff. So yeah, we're probably gonna play in a little bit. They got double XP this weekend, so
gotta get in there.
Cool, man.
Awesome.
Well, best of luck. Yeah, man. We'll talk to you, but have a great rest of your off season. Enjoy, get your body right, and look forward to seeing you ball out.
All right, thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
it was great talking, Quincy. Talk to you soon, man.